Good morning, my cheerful students. I hope that you all are utilizing this time at home by studying harder and also are helping out your parents by being more responsible. Welcome to our English literature class. Today we are going to recite a poem and the title of the poem is Maps by Dorothy Brown Thompson. You all must have seen or used maps in your social studies class, yes? What are they used for? They guide us about different places and landforms. But in this poem, the speaker talks about the thrill that the maps offer to the travelers. People staying at home can be transported in imagination to distant lands just like magic by simply studying these maps. Let's recite the poem first.
Maps by Dorothy Brown Thompson. High adventure and bright dream. Maps are mightier than they seem. Maps by Dorothy Brown Thompson. High adventure and bright dream. Maps are mightier than they seem. Ships that follow leaning stars, red and gold of strange bazaars. Ice flows hid beyond all knowing. Planes that ride where winds are blowing. Train maps, maps of wind and weather. Road maps taken all together. Maps are really magic wands for home-staying vagabonds.
Let's read the first paragraph now. High adventure and bright dream, maps are mightier than they seem. High adventures mean exciting adventures and mightier means big and powerful. How are maps mightier than they appear to be? Maps are not only diagrams on paper describing the physical feature of the countries, they are also a mean of exciting us to seek adventure through the travel, or at least a dream of visiting exotic places even if we are unable to visit them. Ships that follow leaning stars, red and gold of strange bazaars. What do you mean by leaning? It means sloping, jhuka hua. And how maps help ships? The sailors rely upon maps to guide their ships to distant lands across the seas. But earlier they used to depend on stars before maps were available. And to what kind of places do maps lead the ships? They lead them to strange places that sell exotic. Exotic means something new that you haven't seen. Exotic items. These places are named bazaars. Ice flows hid beyond all knowing. Planes that ride where winds are blowing. It means maps help us to know the dangerous icebergs in the polar regions. And how maps help planes to fly? They enable flights through areas where strong winds blow. Train maps, maps of wind and weather, road maps taken all together. Here the poet mentions different kinds of maps like maps for train travel, road maps to drive from one place to another, and maps about the weather. Let's read the last paragraph. Maps are really magic wands for home-staying vagabonds. What do you mean by vagabonds? It means people who are always wandering from one place to another. जो लोग एक जगह से दूसरी जगह तक घूमते रहते हैं, they are called vagabonds. And a wand means a magic stick. Why does the poet compares maps to magic wands? Because just by looking at map, a person staying at home gets the opportunity to travel from one place to another, just like magic. So my dear children, this was the poem Maps. Did you notice some words that ended with similar sound? Like dream, seem, stars, bazaars. All these are called rhyming words. I want all of you to underline all the rhyming words in the poem. Let me also tell you what is a rhyming scheme. You must have observed that the last word of the second line matches with the last word of the fourth line of every paragraph in this poem. But the last word of first line sounds totally different from the last word of the third line. So, we can identify the rhyming scheme of this poem as A, B, C, B. And similarly, you can identify the rhyming scheme for the rest of the paragraphs in the poem. These are called poetic devices that a poet uses in order to beautify a poem. I really hope that the poem is clear to you now, and now you will be able to answer all the questions asked from the poem. And I want all of you to try creating a poem using some beautiful rhyming words. Alright? We will meet soon. Till then, keep studying, take care of yourselves, and keep shining.